Staring at this blank page for hours, trying to figure out why everything just feels sour. No sweet, have I piqued your interest with my intent? Keep listening, it's gonna get intense, as I mentioned. Oh, you know I gotta tweet it out and shit, so you good.
Y'all ready?
Your number and I
Yeah.
call.
What's good, y'all? Don't mind him singing as if we're not starting the podcast, but he want to be the intro music, live intro music. I see you.
I see it is, ho. Oh, what's up?
As if his music ain't already on the beginning of every pod. But okay,
that's true.
So we'll give us a live version next time, whatever time we do it.
Bro, I don't even remember none of my verses. That's so horrible. I don't.
I mean,
write your own shit?
Huh? Yeah, I wrote it. I just don't remember it.
All right.
Didn't Lupe forget some verses or something? Some lyrics when he was performing?
I wouldn't be shocked. You know who forget their lyrics all the time? Chance the Rapper.
Wow, his
lyrics twice.
Half of them don't even make sense, especially on acid.
Twice, and he fucked up lyrics twice.
Well, that's because that nigga was on acid writing those lyrics, nigga. That's a totally different set of writing skills. When you on acid,
you're right.
Or you're drunk, or if you high, those are way different words than what you thought of sober.
And Kanye West. Don't know his.
I'm not surprised by the Kanye, even though his lyrics simple as hell.
That's the thing about it. They are simple, but. Nah, they just simple. I ain't got nothing.
Simple. I get it. They simple, but he has so much music that I get it.
It's the cadence in his voice that give it that extra, like, oh, okay, that was simple as fuck, but nigga, I fuck with it.
Oh no, facts. Like it's old, but the mayonnaise colored beans I push Miracle Whips, bro. Like that was very clever. But like, I ain't gonna lie.
Like he has
very clever.
That's the thing, man. Like we know he has the ability to say some shit, and then he'll say scoopity poop. So
facts.
But now we know why he said scoopity.
Why did he say it?
Because he told Drake he could have that beat, and after Drake agreed to get that beat, Kanye put that out on the beat that he was gonna give to Drake. So it makes sense. I get it. It's a mind game.
All right, man. Look. Y'all we're gonna do some introductions. We gonna revert right back to what we was just talking about because that's part of one of my questions. So, how was y'all week?
Stressful.
Okay. I mean, but you doing big things, so
it all paid out in the end. Counting down 2 weeks, but it was stressful as fuck leading up to. And then the fact that my wife is still, I won't say dying, but what's wrong with her? She's turning into a mutant.
Oh,
and she don't know how to use her abilities yet. So
she got her powers December 20th. While the rest of
us we ain't get shit.
Dang.
Oh, so it's like Misfits.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like Misfits season 1.
I actually want to rewatch that right now because now that shit was fire.
It was really good though.
You never watched it,
bro? The first 3 seasons of that undefeated.
Fire,
I have it in my queue. I just never watched it.
Nah, bro.
You should watch
it. Pump it up, please.
You should watch it. It's definitely a dope ass show.
Now I'm gonna go rewatch it.
Right. Me and him usually don't like connect with shows minus like Community. But like that one, we was like, nah, this shit fire. Like this shit fire.
Well, you know what? I'll watch it and we'll come back and we'll have like a little segment of a review for each episode.
For the whole episode? Damn. Can we do a season?
Not a whole episode. I'm saying like, okay, we can do a season, like just a mini segment.
All right,
just
season.
like a little quick segment. Nothing
major. Bet. All right. Walk, how was your week?
It's been cool. Got paid time and a half for the holiday. Shout out to holiday pay. Gonna pick up another day just to get that OT and make that check extra fat. People are still stupid at work, but what's new?
Oh yeah.
Best part of waking up is a little crown in your cup. So I ain't done nothing. I've been sober for about almost 4 months now.
Yeah.
Dang, it's been about 4
Damn,
months.
bro, you keep leading me into shit I want to talk about. But we go with musical first. But first, I will talk about my week. So, as y'all know, I'm not gonna say this. I'm gonna say this in a joking way, but I low key really mean it. Fuck the army, bro. I'm so fucking tired of these niggas. Like, how the fuck you gonna come on an Air Force base to our little operation and be like, "No, we got it from here." So we was like, "Oh, so y'all want to be stupid? And y'all want to do dumb shit? I mean, y'all don't even know how to do it? Say less, y'all got it."
Ooh.
And we all went home. We went home. Like, we went to like take naps and shit. Like, like there was no like, "Oh, we just gonna go to our other job." I was like, "All right, you got it for the day. Say less. All right, good luck. You won't see me back here." Like, and we left. Now that's what we doing now, which is what I was telling you earlier. So, my week was good. Got litter. I was about to say litter, litty, then a titty. In Maui, something Maui would say, but like.
I was like,
We got lit. I got way too lit on Saturday, boy. I woke up, I was hurt, and I was like, you know what?
damn.
Nah, we ain't doing that no more. We ain't doing that no more.
How you get hurt?
I said I was hurting, like
Oh, because you got
hungover.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah. But I think
you old nigga.
well, no, the worst part is because like when I was in the States, like 10 to 2, 11 to 2, it's because you know all they all.
We don't know what you said.
Sorry,
You
something just popped up on my screen. But
okay.
in the States, they close at 2. Here they don't close. So I got home at like 5 in the morning, and I'm still drinking. So yeah, we just not gonna continue to talk about that. Other than that, my week was great.
Can we pause and talk about the flex in his ears right now?
Nigga, you know,
You
no
see
wires,
the flex in his
wires,
ears?
no
All right,
see
I
it.
see you.
You
I
see
see
it.
you.
You see it. I know my homeboy. I know he's selling the AirPods, but I had the AirPods. I had to go with something different. And the AirPods are still great, but when you are an electronic snob like me and KillJoy, you kind of gotta have the best thing, and that's what I went with. So yeah, these shits is incredible. I ain't even gonna lie. They was worth the money. I know they're a little bit on the expensive side, but I'm about to have these bitches for years, just like my bows that I've had for 5 years, and they still going strong. So
He said he takes care
yeah,
of his stuff. Unlike you,
I do. I ain't gonna
stupid
lie, I do.
niggas. Y'all let shit break. And
Especially my PC.
Gotta buy AirPods every 2 months. Shout out to KillJoy with the plug if you need some new ones though.
Facts. If you want some AirPods, hit up Dr. KillJoy, Dreadhead AirPod King.
I
You
don't
already
have
know
any on me
about it.
right now. I sold out. I'm waiting on my next batch.
Nigga said he sold out.
Sold
Y'all
out.
better hit him early.
That's how you know
He
it's
got
good
taken
business.
advance
That's how you
orders.
know it's good.
It's
Actually, I have to
advance orders,
order
nigga.
on top of my next batch because I got 5 coming in and I already got 4 sold.
Telling y'all, man, he got the AirPods for $150. Holla at him. He gonna hook it up, get you together right. They
Facts.
real. They the real
Facts.
deal. They really work. He got kids to feed, so help him
Aiden
out.
got up here.
Say hi.
Hey, Aiden.
That's the
Alright.
young king right there. Aiden in the building.
Go watch your show. Go get your iPad.
We gonna harken back to what we was talking about in the beginning.
Let's go
So
back. Let's go back.
we don't have to do a full in-depth thing. We can just kind of go over, you know, what you liked, what you didn't like. But we gonna do a quick little versus. They beefing. It's like as if me and fucking Walk was beefing. Like I hate him, but that's my nigga. Like so. Anyways, they beefing.
April 6th, nigga.
April 6th is going down.
April
Prize fight.
6th,
Me and Walk.
2010.
Seattle, Washington. Some Airbnb. We don't know which one
this
yet.
nigga in his throat.
KillJoy will be there in spirit to record. All right. So, anyways, Drake versus Ye, Certified Lover Boy versus Donda. What is your thoughts, opinions? Which one you like? Which one you didn't like? Which one you like more? Did you like both of them? Did you hate them? What y'all got to say?
The release
And then express how you feel, because like as y'all know, I don't care about Kanye that much, but I knew I was gonna listen. I just was never anticipating it. And then somebody like KillJoy, not too much of a fan of Drake, still listen. So yeah.
As a neutral party to both, well, more Kanye fan than Drake fan, but I was not necessarily in a rush to listen to Donda. But you know, a lot of people listen to it and say, "Oh, you gotta listen to it. It's a great album." Listening to it, production wise, it's very good. I like the beats on it. I like the style efforts of everybody that's on it that he included, um, and then the people that he excluded sucks because I think we got verse of the year from one Andre 3000, and we'll probably never hear it anywhere unless it's ripped and put up by somebody else. Shout out to Big Boy, he has it up on his Twitter page. Um, Shout out to Drake for leaking that for whatever reason. But that's about the most I can say. Like, there's certain songs I do like on Donda. Can I name them off the top of my head? No, but I can listen and pick out certain songs that I do like. Um, Jail Part 2, I don't know the beat. I just like the beat. I really like the beat on the jail joints. I don't like the baby's verse. I'm not fucking with the baby at any time anymore, anytime soon. So, but for what he gave us, it's not a bad offering. I'm just not here for a lot of what Ye is doing anymore. Drake's is definitely a summer bop, or summer going into fall. Some people are like, oh, it harkens back to his original days. I don't really hear it, but I guess. But am I gonna say that it's some monumental effort by him? No, I think it's Drake doing what Drake does best, giving us IG caption music. There's definitely a lot of. I mean, he's got the Aisha Curry line
Curry.
that people fuck with. I mean, he's got, again, Drake doing what he does best, and that's make music to play in the club and music to sit around and mope to to an extent. But that's what he does best. And
I mean,
then
that says a lot as for him as an artist, for him to have both of those in his album. He could have R&B, he could have club, he could have some shit you just mellowed out to with Cuddy in it. Like, to kind of say a lot, but I feel you.
yeah, I feel like he did again. He stayed in his bag. He does what he does best. I think I really like the intro. I believe Masego produced it. It's dope. I like the intro song, the intro beat, I guess, more so.
Don't
But
get me started.
you don't like it?
No, I love the song. I love Masego.
Okay.
This gonna sound like a diss. Not to
Okay.
Drake, to Masego fans.
Uh,
Can we this I was actually gonna say this on Twitter that I'm so glad I'm not that fan anymore, that super fan or whatever you want to call it, like a stan. Like I used to like be a huge Lupe fan. And like anytime somebody did something about that artist, it's like you get offended. And that's exactly what happened with Masego on this track. Even Masego retweeted it like, hey, I'm on track one, blah blah. Like he hyped all his fans. Like I hated him just talking over your shit like that over a watered down ass beat. And I'm like, bro, let that man got the biggest artist in the world,
yeah.
and he got him as the number one. Do you know how much people that's gonna bring to him? And y'all just being like, and it's nobody in particular. It's I saw multiple people, and I'm just like, bro, like let that man be great,
It's
you
like
know.
the fans want more for them, but he's happy, and it's not even to say that they need to have more. Like you said, let him. Arguably the biggest artist of the last decade, and he's got him on his album. All it's gonna do
Facts.
is if anything, give him a wider audience, and possibly get to work with him more.
I feel like they definitely should, but yeah, that's I don't know that shit like that. What is it? Grind my gears. That shit just
Yeah,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
it's
Like now,
again, it's nice to want more for your artists that you really ride for. But if they're tweeting out that they're happy, let them be happy. Let them enjoy what they're
yeah,
doing. That's all I can say is let them enjoy it, man. Don't be mad at them for what you think that should have been like. Oh, he should have had a verse on there or something. Maybe that's not what it called for.
mhm.
He did what was asked of him. He did it well. It's dope. I mean, I'll give Drake this. For the most part, for all his albums, I truly enjoy his intros. The intro songs on his albums. I've never had an intro where I'm like, you could have went with something else.
Yeah.
I like all the intros, so I'm happy again that he stays true to what he does, and he does it well. I think
No,
I
I
think
felt
he
like it
had
was dope.
I think he had the better of the two Jay-Z verses
Facts.
from both of them. Again, I mean Drake just doing what Drake does. He stayed in his bag. He does what he does best. And he's gonna run until we either get Kendrick. Whenever we get Kendrick is when, and it's not that he'll fall off, but that's when we'll stop talking about it. But until then, it's gonna be between Drake and Donda because I really feel like we're gonna get another rehashed version of that. I really think he's gonna do what he did with T-Lop. It's the same thing he's gonna do with Donda. And so we'll talk about it again. And some people are putting it in this perspective of Drake did it for the people, Kanye did it for the artists, quote unquote. Like that's how people are looking at the albums because of the way the rollout was. Kanye's rollout was like, "Oh, I'm having live listening sessions." Okay, that's nice.
I don't know.
I don't.
Just I
Maybe if
don't
I
know.
was the ability to actually be there, maybe you'd look at it differently. But I could care less about the way he rolled out his album. And I can care less about how the way Drake rolled out his album. Because again, with streaming services, whenever you drop it, I'll listen to it on my own time.
Yeah.
So that's my
Killjoy.
take. Let me shut up because I'll keep talking.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you
I
good.
didn't make it through Drake's album. That's just me. It's not necessarily bad, but it's just not my type of music. Drake's never been my cup of tea. And Kanye's album, it's good. It's not great. I think both are very low on the album of the year list.
Real
What is
fast.
your album of the
Yeah, that's what I
year?
was gonna say. What is your album of the year? What's
At
both of
this
yours?
very moment, Tyler, but that could change with Kendrick. And I gotta listen to this new. I think Asher Roth dropped a new album. Sounds funny, but I like Asher Roth, so I'm gonna listen.
It's a new. It's a mix. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
is it Greenhouse Effect 3?
Yeah, so that's
Oh,
part of his
okay.
mixtape series, right?
Oh yeah,
But I
but
guess
right
those are
now,
considered albums too, because he technically did a Chance thing where he just didn't sell it.
yeah. But I think right now Tyler has a very good lead on album of the year. I don't think either of these albums come close. But then again, I'm not a Drake fan, not my type of music.
I got a different album of the year, but
You got Vince Staples.
Vince is
it's
above
just
both those as well.
yeah, it's just so coherent to like listen to somebody put together a coherent body of work, and it's a full story. Like I feel like I'm riding around with him in L.A. in wherever he's from. Like that's what I feel like when I listen to that album. Like I'm there. Like to me, it's almost like Good Kid, Mad City, where you're like, oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, this is where you got pulled over at. Oh, Lakewood Mall. Oh, this is that place. Okay, this is dope. Like, and Tyler did a great job too. I'm not taking anything from Tyler, but I definitely run back Vince more than I run back Tyler. All right, I'm shut up.
I think for me with Tyler is the Gangsta Girl aspect of the album
Being
that hits home.
being from Atlanta, that's like right
That
up your
that
alley.
hits home. So it's
Yeah,
like, ooh, you
I
really
feel
did
that.
this and did well. But I'm gonna give the Drake another try. But
The
I
Drake.
I think the last Drake album I listened all the way through was it was a blue album cover. He was like a cartoon. It had their bum ass intro.
I forgot.
Tuscan Leather
Nothing
intro.
was that. Nothing was the same.
Yeah,
Yeah. I had that bum ass intro, and I'm like, okay,
Tuscan
Drake,
Leather.
I like this. That album was good. I like that one, but I don't really care for. I think it's because I don't care for R&B or like none of that other shit that I don't like. Bro, I don't care. You got R&B on your album. Fuck you and them slow songs and them love shit. It's like fuck all that shit.
But it's not. I wouldn't even say love shit. His just shit just girl. I love like listen to me, girl. I'm
hate you.
sensitive. I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive man for you. And then you listen to what he's saying. It's like, no, nigga, you still an asshole. You just saying it's
Oh yeah,
sensitive.
and he got Kawhi Leonard in the video. I don't know what video. I just saw the picture.
I'm just
And we
waiting.
talk about that, bro. I fucking hate that song. That song is so
Way too
fucking
sexy.
stupid. Yes, bro. Like that
But that's
shit just cringy.
but you know when somebody says it's the same, it's gonna be end up being the same thing as a Hotline Bling, where it's like you hate it, but
Oh, trust.
it's
I'm
gonna
not
be
saying. Nah, that shit. Fuck that
it's gonna
song.
be everywhere,
Oh, it
everywhere.
already is. It already is. And you got dudes saying it. I'm way too sexy. I'm like, shut your bitch ass up. Like, anyways, uh, I listened to both. I listened all the way through both. I found a few songs I like. I don't know if it's just like when people get to a high enough status that they music don't feel as personal, but like I wasn't feeling neither one of them really. Like I found the tracks I liked. I think it was about four, maybe 3 or 4 songs on each, and then I was kind of like, all right, I'm good. Um, I don't necessarily hate them, but like it just wasn't remember like was it memorable music? Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't. It's really forgetful. Like especially when the Drake plays through.
yeah.
Like and somebody said it. Somebody said it correctly from what I remember, but they were saying kind of like Kanye has more grand music, kind of like from when I remember back in the day seeing I Wonder in concert. Like that's a vibe. Like you hear that and it's like you feel like you got like a whole experience. Like Kanye give you that type of shit. But Drake giving you more of the personal, like I could sit in the car and just listen to this and kind of like what Walk was saying. And like for me, like it just got to where it was background music for a while. While I was listening. I wasn't actively listening like I was listening to the Tyler or I was listening to shit. Honestly, like that Isaiah Rashad was like that to me too. So it just I don't know. I don't know if my music preference is changing or if the artists are going a different direction and I'm not following it. But as far as me, like I haven't really clicked with a lot of music this year.
I think for
Obviously,
me, out of the two, being that I was in the band for so long, the band nerd in me likes the Kanye more for production. Like
That's what I
I
was.
can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can X out all the songs, like all the lyrics and stuff, and I can listen to Kanye's album and still enjoy the production behind it. I didn't care for any. I mean, Jay Z had that corny ass line, "Made in the image of God." That's a selfie. Like, come on, bruh. Like, I don't know. I just didn't care for either one lyrically,
same.
but production wise, I feel like Kanye did his thing again.
But be,
But that's what we expect.
but when have we? When's the last time we really looked to either one of them for lyrics per se?
I
You make a
mean,
very good point.
Drake more so
Yeah,
because we know when we go to Kanye, we listening for that production. When
Mm-hmm.
we go to Drake, we listening for specific lines. Like, you know what I mean? Like you listening for that Instagram caption, what a lot of people say. So
and if that's the case, Kanye might have more captional quotes in his album than Drake. They're not great quotes, but like I've seen Kanye quoted way more on Twitter and Facebook than Drake, and I didn't even know they were quotes from him. I was just like, why everybody going to jail tonight? And like I saw somebody with the fucking selfie, and I've seen a lot more quotes from Donda, not necessarily Kanye, but just from that album than Drake.
Well, Playboy
damn,
Cardi
that's
did
the
what he
complete opposite for me.
Playboy Cardi did what he was supposed to do on Donda. So I'll give him that. But I think the one thing I'll give Kanye is he knows who to put on what records and make it sound right.
Yeah, I wish he would have not made a diss verse to Drake, so we could have gotten the 3K verse
That verse is
on the
so.
album.
That verse is literally.
So good, man.
Because I listened to his verse and like, I mean, I still got my mom's, but I wanted to cry for him.
The
Like,
Facts.
concept of
like
talking to Donda to tell his mom and ask his mom for like, bro,
But it's still fuck him because Andre 3000 said something I felt was disrespectful to Big. He says I
Who?
only want to disrespectful to Big Boy. He said I only want to make music with people who inspire me. But you don't want to make music with Big Boy?
But you okay? I see
I
what
feel
you're
like that's
saying.
more of. I get it. I feel like that's more of a given. Like we already know he want to.
No, he don't. If he did, what the fuck the album's at?
But I feel like maybe they're working on something because for Big Boy to specifically tweet out Andre's verse, like he tweeted out that verse on his Twitter page, I feel like there's probably something coming. And I feel like they're gonna pull and shout out to her because she does it best, a Beyonce, and just drop it, and we're gonna be like, oh shit, these niggas really just dropped a full length album on us. Because in this day and age, what's a rollout? Again, with streaming, what's a rollout?
Rollout is for smaller artists.
And unless you Lil Nas X, you're not doing it right.
And but again, going back to the week prior's podcast, new artists such as Lil Nas X understand they have to be content creators, not just artists. Big Boy and them ain't got to content create. They can literally
They created that already.
Right. They had. We're going to listen. They drop something, we're going to listen. And it's not that Lil Nas X isn't going to be listened to, but he understands the era he's in, and he's doing an amazing job. Shout out to him. You don't have to like him. I don't necessarily listen to all his music. I ain't gonna hold you, but the way he works his brand.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't heard a Lil Nas X song I don't like. Not saying like they're all great, but he makes good music.
Oh, he definitely does.
He's a marketing genius.
Definitely does. I think I'm just at my age, I'm kind of over the antics. Like I think because Tyler being my favorite artist and he don't really have antics like that no more. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's just
Tyler's
like
older.
No, that's what I'm saying too. I think I'm just over that because I still listen to his music, but as far as like Twitter and shit, I don't want to see that. Like I don't have no problems with whatever you do. I just don't want to see it myself, so I just don't look. You know, so
but
like I say, I ain't got nothing against it.
But he's also again his era is the TikTok era.
Yeah, that's what they're for,
and to get you to even watch TikToks for real.
True, but like that's the same way. That's what I think. KillJoy was gone, but like that's the same way I was talking. Like when we were Lupe fans, we were that Twitter era. Mm-hmm. Like you could not go on Twitter and like put Lupe Fiasco in without seeing one of 500 of us. Like you was gonna see one of us in a comment. Like on the actual post.
A few of us.
Facts. So like, yeah, I get it. I'm just saying, I think at my age, I'm just like, I don't want to see it. But like, I still check his music out, and it's dope. Like, I definitely skipped past the one with Jack Harlow, came back to it and say, damn, this shit actually kind of cold. Like,
but you really, skipped it because we saw the snippets of the video, which that's not your cup. That's not our thing.
No. So I didn't even see the snippets. Okay. I heard about the song and stuff, and I obviously everybody was talking about it. Mm-hmm. But then I was just like, well, that's Lil Nas X. I'm not listening to Lil Nas X. Okay. And then I actually listened because it just played on Spotify, and I was like, damn, like I really got to start getting out of my bubble again. Because like, and that's how I got to like a couple more pop songs. Like I got a bunch of Doja Cat. Like she on fire right now. Like that shit crazy. But like I'm trying to expand out of my little rap circle / the internet hiatus coyote.
I feel like
circle.
I feel like our genre or our era, not genre, but our era is more willing to listen to newer artists rather than like the era before us. Because the era before us was like, nah, if you ain't listening to the 90s stuff, you ain't listening to real hip. And it's like, bro, we understand that was an amazing time, amazing era. We were young going through it, but it was dope to watch. But we understand it's a new time for letting these kids do what they do.
And they still that way.
I feel like that's what our era brings. We're that gap. We're that bridge gap because we remember time without the internet. We remember when picking up the phone shut your internet off. And we remember being on the phone and your mama being like, nigga, if you don't get off the phone so I can look up this shit online real quick.
Facts,
You
facts,
feel what I'm saying? So
The
I feel
glorious
like
days.
facts.
facts. But no, and this I'll say this last before we go right back. That's why I think the Tyler album is the #1 album of the year. Not saying Vince's is bad because I haven't listened personally like all the way through. I think I listened to half and then I got distracted. But
It's only 22
the
minutes.
Tyler's doing what everybody say Kanye's so good at. Tyler is doing everything that people said J. Cole was so good at. He producing his shit and he putting people on the tracks who belong there that we never would think. Like, why the fuck is Playboy Cardi on this song and it makes sense?
Bro, it was fire.
Like,
Not just
why
makes
does
sense,
he
it was
keep
fire.
getting why does he keep getting fire verses out of Lil Wayne?
The only person to get a fire.
Drake got a good one from Lil Wayne too. With that Drake,
But-
Lil Wayne and Rick Ross. But
Yeah.
Tyler definitely
So I'm
has
just
some
saying,
great verse too. I will, yeah, I agree.
right now, if we really had to think about it, he one of the biggest gap fillers right now. Like he's in between. He may not be the biggest because obviously you got Kanye and them and they gonna have every new artist on there ever. As we see, they both got the same motherfuckers on both of their fucking albums.
I'd say the
But like
features were almost identical.
You saying
basically
who you saying is the bigger gap filler? You said who now?
Tyler. Because Tyler is he's around that age.
I will
Where
give
he's
you
not
that.
that much older.
I don't know about gap filler. I think genre crossover because the stuff he has with Freddie Gibbs.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Not gap filler. Like that generational gap that's there,
Mhm.
Tyler is like right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So then he can go and say, Freddie Gibbs, I want this. Drake, I want this. Kanye, I want this. Lil Baby, I want this. Playboy Cardi, I want this. Lil Uzi, I want this.
Yeah.
And get it and make it work better than most artists. If I got to be honest, probably more than any artist right now. Because Kanye gonna do what Kanye do on the track. Especially now. Like, I'd say My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and maybe Ultralight Beam after that was probably like when you saw like, okay, he catered beats to somebody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Chance worked perfectly on that beat. Everybody worked perfectly on that beat. And that shit with Cudi too. Because that shit was fire.
No,
Like I'll give credit where credit's due.
Seeing Ghost.
Kitsy Ghost. Yeah, that shit was fire. So, but like Tyler been doing that and it just since Smuckers, bruh. Since Smuckers on Cherry Bomb, then what was the next one? Fucking Flower Boy after that? Like,
The joint with
see you
Nas.
again,
I
bro.
got
Like I'm telling you,
48, 40, man, bro.
he's been doing that his whole career, but people kind of overlook it because it's Tyler. But anyways, back to what I was talking about before. So I hate to bring this motherfucker up, but I saw this on Facebook and it pissed me off a little bit. Somebody had the nerve to post. Basically, like they know these two albums just came out, but J. Cole had a better album than both of them.
Who said this? Who said this?
You don't even know him. You don't know
Like,
them.
it don't matter. Like, what's the nickname of
That's-
this person?
that's
Ain't
somebody-
only they government because
Bro.
What?
Bro,
That's
I don't
somebody that's just thinking
understand.
Cole staying, and he doesn't want to give up on Cole.
I feel like he not
compared-
though.
Compared to both these albums, Cole's album's way behind.
You
that
think
says
so?
a lot because these two albums aren't the greatest. Cole's album was.
Again, if I'm gonna say it every time we bring it up. For my theory to work, I need the fall off to be part of the series.
Facts.
Of what he's doing, because that's the
Facts.
only way this makes sense for me. If it's not,
Yeah.
then
Then that album fell off.
I gotta bite the bullet and just be like, I gotta bite the
But
bullet
we-
like I did for. I hate bringing up with Big Day because Big Day again. I tried to stand so hard for it.
Little Day.
I tried to stand so hard for Little Day.
Big flop.
But until we get his next whatever, I can't ride. Like I don't go back.
I don't think he can make music after that. Like, I think his ego shot.
Bro, like
His one-off stuff has been really good.
But that was before the album, or has he put something out after?
He puts
He's
some
got
songs, but
like,
they
some
not
verses
they
on
not
other
his.
people. Yeah.
Oh, he's like features. I know he got the
Yeah.
joint with Vic Mensa and shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
like those have been
He-
good.
he's gonna have to give me
But as far
to
as
get me back. He's gotta
I
give me
don't know,
like
bro.
acid rap part 2, but like acid rap.
nah, I
No
feel you.
I
facts.
need that chance.
I will even say coloring book part 2. Like I will be
Even
happy.
that,
We're not
Like,
that'll
but
make me happy.
because color.
but Big Day,
because I feel like coloring book was him definitely still on acid or some form.
He
of
was
coloring.
like coming off.
Yeah,
That's
Coloring
fine
Book
with
was
me.
on him on something.
Listen.
Finding Jesus while he's coming down off of acid is what Coloring Book was.
listen. KillJoy will put the petition in the link. He will put it in the description.
He's not
I
divorcing
signed
his
it.
wife. We're not pushing for him to divorce his
Then do
wife.
acid.
Let that black
Take a
love
break.
live.
Then do
Take a
acid.
break. Just move out for like a month.
You
Come
ain't
on.
gotta. You don't have
He
to
got
break up with her.
kids, man.
Just do a dab.
Let
A
that man
dab.
be- okay, I'm.
This
for-
is his job.
I'm for him doing a dab, a tab, and a joint.
30 dabs.
If he do 30, I'm right
Not
there.
at one time.
Hey,
Not at one time.
I'm right there with him. Let's do it. Chance,
A dab a day.
I will provide it. I'll provide it. Chance, give me. I'll come be your dab supplier. Let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, help us out, Walk.
Hey, if he holler at me, I got you. I'll get him some tabs and some dabs, and we will make Acid Rap Coloring Book 3.
Hey, make it happen, Captain.
We got it.
All right, let's move on. I don't want to talk about Chance too much. He don't deserve that right now. So, y'all got anything y'all want to bring up? And if not, I got another one. It's okay.
Nah, I got it. I got one. It's like it was a list done by hold on, let me get to it. Sorry, y'all. I've been drinking. By Digital Trends, and it was the best EA games of all time. It's a list. They have a list. I'll just run through them, and you. Some of these
First
I
of
played,
all-
some of these I haven't played.
First of all, I got a couple of posts from them, like, because they got some earbuds they posted, and the reviews were amazing, and it's only $49. But go ahead.
All right, so number one is Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I have not played it. It is on the Game Pass. I will play it at some point.
Not for me.
I've heard it's a really good game. You know what's crazy is I bought Andromeda, the one everybody hates, and I don't mind it. I didn't finish it, but I was like, oh, this is different. But I also didn't play 1 through 3. So,
Yeah, you got to play 3 or something.
Titanfall 2, number 2.
Wait, why is Apex Legends not first?
I'm just going off of their best EA games of all time.
Whatever. All right, so where NBA Live 03 at?
Can I read the list? Titanfall 2, Nerd, you played it. Do you agree that that's definitely one of EA's better games?
Yeah, it didn't have the support it needed, but it was a very good game.
Burnout 3 Takedown, racing game.
That's
I've heard great
amazing
things about
game.
that
God
game.
tier.
Burnout Paradise is the better one, I would think.
Yeah.
They say Takedown, but the Burnout series was definitely up there as like one of the genre-breaking racing games.
Facts.
Did not play this, but Dead Space. I've only heard good things, and I know they have.
Same.
Is it 3 coming back or a third one coming out?
I think 3.
Or they have 3 out, but I think they're working on. I know they're upgrading 3, and I think they're bringing a new one too.
That'd be dope.
Battlefield Bad Company 2. I do remember playing this, and I did like
Nigga.
the story.
Bro,
of
that game.
Yeah.
That game right there, like...
Because isn't that the one where they went to Texas? Did they go to Texas in that game?
I thought they were in Vietnam. It was the one with the grenade and it had yellow paint on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, no, that game was before its time. That game was fire.
That's one of my that's definitely up there as one of my favorite first person shooter like solo games, which is what I played mostly. So for that,
it was definitely fun.
Yeah, I remember Bad Company too. Yeah,
because it was on
the cover. The grenade was
a grenade with the smiley face.
Yes.
And then it had fuck. It had like a perfect balance of like being goofy, but not like being overly
The other,
goofy.
yeah, because the
Like,
other characters like were had good quips.
yeah, they called it like stupid bitch. Like, don't do that. Like, they would do all types of shit. Like, but it made sense. Like, it wasn't too corny. So
Yes. I have played this. I have not finished it. I want to replay it and start it over. I have it on PS4. It is on Game Pass. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Beautiful game.
heard about it.
People talk highly about that thing.
Beautiful game. Um, just a beautiful game. And like, if you're not, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's just one of those games. It's like you don't have to be a fan of Star Wars to enjoy that game.
Well, I've heard it took it took a good amount of elements from like that Arkham Knight,
Yeah,
Spider-Man
Yep.
formula. But I feel like kind of if you do that and it's different enough, you gonna have a hit.
I mean, you get lightsabers and you get different type of lightsabers.
Yeah.
So
And you get the dude from fucking what's the name of that show? You know what I'm talking about.
you talking about the dude
Damn,
that did the voice?
Yeah, the dude in the game. Fuck, I'll find it.
Number 7 is a game we all enjoy.
Apex Legends.
Yep, number 7 is Apex.
That's too low. That's too low.
You
It
feel
need
like
to
it's
be
too
at least
low?
top 3. Yeah.
But I think maybe it's there because if you don't get Titanfall 2, do you get Apex Legends?
I mean, Titanfall 1 was still a thing, so why not?
Yeah, but most people tout Titanfall 2 as the game.
Then why don't they still play it?
There are people that play it still.
Yeah, some. Not enough that they should be higher than Apex.
I mean, they got enough to hack a whole video game for
You-
an entire
Yeah,
day.
but Apex also only had 2 people working their servers, so
I mean, EA, get it
Oh.
together.
yeah.
No, they really do need to. Walker, I was talking about Shameless. My bad.
Oh, that dude. Okay, the kid.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
kids. I think I know you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the dude in the game.
Oh, I
The
didn't
main
know that.
character.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they took his face and everything.
I see it now. I definitely see it now.
Yeah.
8.
All right.
I'm sure nerd feels FIFA Soccer 13.
13. God damn, they went back. But I'm not gonna lie. I think that was around. I think I started with 12,
It came out
and I
between
think
generations.
13 was fire.
It came out between the PS2, the Wii, the PS3, 360, and Wii U. So it was all in that time period.
It was on the 360.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that game being good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember that game being good, but whatever. I think 14 was better.
Ultimate Team, I think may have been the first time that showed up there.
That makes sense then. Okay.
Dragon Age Origins. I've always heard good things about Dragon Age games. I've never really
Same.
played them, but I've always been like, oh, those look fun.
Same.
what
I
I've
wanted
seen.
to try them, but I never did.
KillJoy. I'm sure this is right up your alley. Rock Band 3.
Oh, he gonna say 2.
Should have been 2.
Fair enough. A game that we see all plastered all over Twitter, not Twitter, but Twitch, The Sims 4. I can see that. I forget EA does that game. Like when I think of The Sims, I just think of it as its own. I don't think EA.
I think it's Maxis, right? I think Maxis does it.
Could be, but again, it's still under EA. It's still the.
Oh no, facts.
But it's just one of those. That's one. 12. I played this on. I remember playing this on the Wii.
12.
No, the 12th one I remember playing on the Wii. Medal of Honor.
Oh,
Medal of Honor.
oh, Medal of Honor was good.
I
Wait,
love
which
it.
one?
They're just saying the first one.
Oh, okay, not the reboot they did because that shit was trash. Okay,
I remember playing it on the Wii. And
I had it on the
liked it.
PS.
It was on the PS2.
I had it on the PS2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had it on PS2, and it's a really more. It was story driven. Yeah,
Yeah. It came out on the first one was on the PS1, but it was Call of Duty before it became Call of Duty. But Medal of Honor, like I said, the story again for me is that's what I wanted out of my first person shooters. For me at the time, was is there a story I can
Yeah.
play?
That
I wasn't big
honestly,
on
yeah.
online. My thing was, is there a story I can play? And that was definitely a fun story.
The only thing is, it was what World War II and 1, I think. Bro, that
Yeah,
shit got so played out.
it
Like
did
at
because
that
that's
time, all
everybody
we were
was
getting
doing it.
was
Yeah, that's
we was
why
getting Call of
Battlefield.
Duty, that Battlefield, that
But
Medal of Honor,
that's
that
why when Battlefield Bad Company came out, it was like, yo, we're somewhere different. We're in a jungle
facts. Because
setting.
that was Vietnam or
Yeah,
Cold War,
yeah, something
Vietnam.
like that. It was the set. All the things were different, and it was like it felt more modernized too, because it wasn't
No,
all the
facts,
old
facts.
guns where you gotta reload after every shot like Medal of Honor. Like you
It
had,
looked the most realistic.
yeah,
Like the shit was crazy, bro.
yeah. Never played any of these games, but The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King.
I don't remember that one. Is that
I don't
what
remember that.
PS2? One?
It had to be
Gotta be
two
PS2. It
because
had to be
it was
two.
the movie tie-in, and that's
I
the I
think
guess
I
that's the
remember
one.
that actually, because it was some bomb Lord of the Rings games. I just hated the movies.
I liked all the movies.
I'm not saying they bad movies. I just hate them
I did too.
because like Star Wars and that stuff. Like I can't get into the sci-fi. Like I will fall straight asleep.
I
It's
feel
just
it.
not for me.
I
It's
feel
just
it.
not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 14 on their list. I played a hell of a lot. Well, I probably played 1080 more, but Ssx Tricky. It's
I
just
played
something
Tricky more.
it's just something about being able to go snowboard and just do a whole bunch of random tricks and just have a good time.
Yeah.
SS Tricky was
Okay.
the
Like
Tony Hawk pro
that
skater
era
of the
was yeah,
snowboarding world.
that era was great. Cause we had Tony Hawk, we had SS Tricky, you had a lot of stuff then.
No, we really did. We had a variety, bro. We had Def Jam Vendetta. Like
It
we had the
was
most random games ever.
it was a variety. You could plug in your PlayStation 2 or your 360 and you could play anything. You had options. It
Isn't that
wasn't
crazy how back then, like with less resources and stuff, we got crazier games, but now we don't get those experimental games where
no
we got people who can make them at home on their $1,500 PC if they wanted to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
my bad.
This was my first foray into online franchise mode. Madden NFL 2016. That's when
Who's on the cover of that one?
I can't tell you. Let me look real quick.
Uh,
I just remember that was I think that was around the same time.
that was Calvin Johnson.
Yep, I had
I
just
bought that because I had the
Hey, you
Calvin
bought that
Johnson.
for
I had the Calvin Johnson post, bro. I was hyped.
I
I had
remember that.
just around that time when it dropped, moved back to Indy, and I was working at a warehouse, and a homie that was working there was like, "Hey, we do an online franchise." And I was like, "Oh, word." I mean, I ain't really play. I play Madden, but I ain't never really played nobody. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." My first season went to the Super Bowl. I was like, "Oh, this is
Did you
easy."
win?
Yeah, I actually did win.
So you just don't win when we around. Okay.
Yeah, I've won. No. I've won Super Bowls. Don't get it twisted. I've won Super Bowls. I just had a bad. The last two seasons just have not been the greatest for your boy. But this year, oh, we KillJoy will see because he'll be adding the video. But we finna turn up this year.
I'll wait to see it.
We'll be
You
starting.
you got to prove that to me.
We should be starting this coming week. We're just waiting on the major roster update, but that's neither here nor there. But Madden, I'm surprised that Madden entry's in there because I feel like sports games is hard to always pinpoint one especially when it's been so long.
Well, they don't change as much as they used to.
True.
Like going from Live 03 to Live 04, that was two completely different games. Like Live 03 is like the most unique live
Yeah.
probably ever.
True.
Not that it had the most features or anything, because that was what like Live 05 or 06, whichever one had D Wade, I think. But like, because I think that's when you can start dribbling, freestyle dribbling and shit. Like that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
But I think it's just that because, like I said, we don't get those unique games anymore. We don't get an NBA Street like that unless it's from like a super small developer We don't get a Def Jam Vendetta. We don't get a Ssx Tricky, like where it's this wacky
When's the
shit.
last, like, we got that, what's that, I believe EA did Steep. And it was, I had
Deep,
it,
yeah.
and it's not bad, but it's like, I don't know, maybe my nostalgia is just like, I don't really care about wind jumping and all and skiing. Just give me a half pipe with a snowboard or a dope trail with a snowboard and just let me go to work. That's all I need. I don't need all
They
this
trying to
extra
do
stuff.
too much, bro.
Yeah.
Like I think they saw, okay, Tony Hawk already got the skateboard game unlocked, so we're gonna make Skate, which Skate was amazing. But now it's like they're trying to do other types of skates, and it's
Yeah.
like we don't need a skateboard or a snowboard skate. We need a skate, and then we need you to do what you do best and bring SXX back, like fucking, or have whoever brought 1080 do that shit. Like
Yeah.
that's what we need. We don't need necessarily reboots, but like shit, you seen Tony Hawk do it. All you got to do is ask your fans, and you will have a perfectly running game. But
But
they
I
don't do
think
that.
I think that's part of the issue is that we don't need you to do a reboot, but that's the easiest thing to do. Because
If you can make it right, you
yeah,
can.
yeah. And but I think, well, I mean, even before COVID, we had that issue where it was like, okay, y'all are giving us basically the same game over and over. Just can somebody give us a new IP, please? Somebody.
All right, so what do you think that Madden, since you play Madden the most, you think that Madden would benefit from a 2 year cycle rather than a one?
Oh, absolutely. But the biggest thing they're going to benefit from
It's
is
2K.
2K finally has the ability to make an NFL game and use it. Now, there's still a whole lot between player likenesses and individual players type things and stuff, but they're able to use NFL teams to do their game. So it's the NFL can only benefit from it because now you have two competing games. EA is gonna have to figure out, okay, they're still gonna have a stranglehold just because that's what everybody knows. So you're gonna have to come with something that, as much as people love 2K5 and we love being able to throw it up to Randy Moss and all that type of stuff, is that really gonna fly in this day and age? You know what I mean? Yes, nostalgia will be nice. It'll be like, oh, this is fun, but you still have to give us a cohesive game, and we need
In
a
facts,
cohesive
and I
game.
feel like they could,
Oh,
but
absolutely.
the thing is, they definitely gonna have to have at least, I would say, a 3 to 4 year stretch, actually 3 to 5 year stretch of making good games. That's better
And they
for them to
can't.
really, really
They
steal
can't.
that
They can.
attention.
They cannot allow themselves to fall like EA Live did, because Live was not bad. They just
Wasn't.
did not push it like they should have. Because the mechanics of Live were low key better than the mechanics that 2K was giving us, but 2K just kept giving us. And then the biggest thing I think for 2K was making that league. Because
Make it what?
making the league, the 2K league, and making it being able like a legit thing where you can go make money. If you're good enough, you can get drafted. Stuff like EA doesn't have that for basketball. They have it for
Like
football.
the story mode?
No, 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 no. I'm saying the 2K league, the actual
Oh,
league.
like okay, got you.
So
Okay.
they, you know what I mean? They have that. So
Well,
that's
I think also 2K have been doing, I'm not gonna say perfect games, but they were doing games that looked better, were more realistic, and Live was on that. I don't. It was on that kind of what was cool enough for PS2 era wasn't good enough for 360 and on, because like they were doing this more so cartoony, like
but remember,
weird.
Live also did something 2K hadn't done yet, and that was put the WNBA in there. Live the last live that they gave out, which I think was 18 or 19,
I think it
had
was 18.
WNBA in it. 2K didn't do that until just last year.
Yeah, but if the game ain't that good,
But it wasn't that it wasn't good. It just didn't get pushed like it should have. Because I played them both,
I
and I enjoyed playing Live more than I enjoyed playing 2K. Because 2K, the last for me, the last 2K I enjoyed was I think 13, and that's when a lot of the mechanics changed, and you had a lot more abilities with the right stick and all that type of stuff. 2K is like people that play 2K is just like people that play Madden now. They'll literally tell you this game is trash, but I'm gonna play it because I need the content.
Basically, yeah.
Like that's what it is. But again, I think them making the 2K league and partnering up with NBA teams and having a legit league is what's going to keep them on top. So EA, we may never see another EA Live game, to be honest, because how do you compete?
I think
with
if
that?
we do, though, and I'm gonna go back to the football game real quick. I think if they do, they need to either make it free to play or make it like $15-$20, something where you're not spending a lot of money on it.
Or they can give a street.
Give a street, yeah. Like honestly,
I'll
but
pay 30, 35 for a solid street game. I'll give you 30, 35 now because obviously it's not a full NBA game, but if you give me a solid street game and let people have that nostalgia while updating it at the same time, no, you're not going to beat out 2K, but you're going to get people back into, okay, EA got a basketball game again. Like,
hey, why don't they put them together?
Like, what happened to EA Big?
You could put them together. You could have what you was working on in live and have the street like Call of Duty does. Like, bruh, look at FIFA. They have the street mode, which is damn near a mode on its own, and then they have FIFA.
Because FIFA Street was fire.
FIFA, yes. And now they put it in FIFA. So now it's just like...
They did that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So why can't they just do that? But back to the football game, what was I going to say? I think that roster thing will work itself out because, like I said, if you give people the blueprint, which is all we need, somebody on the walk level of, actually somebody beyond walk's level of dedication to Madden or whatever the 2K game would be, is going to go on every team, input stats, input the names, and put it downloadable on there for you.
That's the thing with EA. Like, there's guys that are dedicated to that because you can literally go download the next class. It's not done by EA, but by those guys. And it's pretty decent attributes and things like that. And EA has done a very good job of you can go in, you can mess with the team, the stats of certain players, the stats of players in a draft class. So you can go download one and be like, okay, this season, this kid didn't have as great a season as they thought he would. Let me lower some of these stats. You can go do stuff like that now with draft class. I can do that in an offline mode. I can do that in an online mode. The biggest thing 2K may find now is that EA can get NCAA back. Because we've had...
That'd be tough, yeah.
We've had them be able to, now they can go individually, they can go to teams, and teams can get paid off of it. Individual kids can get paid. Like, that I think is going to be the biggest detriment. Because 2K, remember, 2K we knew they were coming before we learned that NCAA was coming back. Then we found out NCAA coming back. It's like, do I really need to, if I'm going to pay for NCAA and Madden, do I need to pay for a 2K? Because now I have two games that I get to put together. But I again, back to your original question, every 2 years, I'm fine with that. Because basically every other year is just a roster update. And people going to different teams. That's all it basically is. Because even with this year, I don't like... They've definitely pushed towards going towards the next gen. It's what they want you to do. But they definitely bumped up franchise big time, which is what a lot of people outside, unless you're willing to spend $1,500 to $2,000 playing MUT because you're trying to compete for the $250,000.
Hell no.
MUT's not no fun for you because people are going to quit out every other game. You're either going to get blown out, you're going to deal with a whole bunch of cheese. But if you're in an online franchise mode, franchise is very well done. Even for this gen, for current gen. Next gen, they've done a lot. So I get it.
Okay. Good topic. KillJoy. You got a question topic? Something.
I do not.
Okay.
Shout out to him wearing the number 4. Go Dallas. Go Cowboys. We probably gonna lose Thursday, but I'm still root for him.
I mean, not probably we will, but Tyrod Taylor, shout out to him for getting starting quarterback for the Houston Texans.
Well, nigga, we knew that was coming. Deshaun ain't playing for them no more. That nigga just finna be on the depth chart. He's like number 4 on the depth chart.
Crazy.
which is
Okay.
even weirder because again, his whole thing's not even happening until next season. Him going to court or next year, not till like February.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. That's
It's Ben Roethlisberger in the league because he a whole rapist.
no. Well, I mean, but he's also white, so
Yeah. Okay. I
let's
mean,
let's call it what it is now. Let's call it spade. Now again, if Deshaun did this shit under the jail, nigga, like you can't do that.
yeah, you
Big
can't.
fact. Like I'm not condoning anything that's come out or any of that stuff, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
There's smoke. There's fire.
Well, sound like he got a lot of shit he going through. So I guess I will cover. I got you, Killjoy. I got you. I had two in the tuck. So this gonna be more of a personal type thing. And if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. But I'm gonna answer for myself. So the question is, what is your biggest demon? It could be anything. It could be money. It could be
Damn.
the fucking
Nigga,
hoes.
nigga, I'm
I
out here
don't know.
drinking and you trying to make niggas think? God damn, nigga. Nigga crying
Yes,
in the
think.
pod, nigga.
You got this. Think. All right. So with him speaking of that, that's exactly my biggest demon is alcohol. Boy, I had to tell myself, not that like I'm not even going to front and be like I get fucked up every day. Like I don't do that, but it's just the fact of like when you start noticing something by yourself and you be like, I don't like this. Like I had to get myself to that point. Obviously, I've had times where I haven't drank for months. Like it'd be 4 months I haven't had a drink of alcohol. But lately, my whole how you want to say it? Basically, what I wanted to do while I was here in Germany is come over, start working out more, basically change my lifestyle, get healthier. It's been hard. Yeah, make that money, save the money, which I've been doing good with that. I've been paying stuff off. But at the same time, I found myself going back to shit I was doing and I didn't like it. And like the food part is probably the hardest part because I don't have a kitchen. So it's just like, unless I want to go all the way across base to where our job is at, it's 2 miles away. It's like 1.8 miles. And I have no car. So I've been dealing with that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's something I can't really control unless I just get my ass to walking. But the drinking, on the other hand, I would find myself being like, man, work was stressful. I'm gonna go get a 6-pack. For what? Like, I had to tell myself, like, why? What the fuck am I even doing this for? Because, like, it literally made no sense.
Because
So
it's comfortable. It's easy.
it is comfortable, but one of the dumbest things I noticed is like, yeah, I get a little more talkative or whatever, and like, I get more open. But like, I don't know, I feel you. But it's just like, once I do that, I can't even do the shit I enjoy. I can't play the game. Like I know some people can. I cannot do that personally. So when I get on the game, I'm just gonna get frustrated that I'm sucking at the game, and then it's just like, what did I even do this for? I can't focus on like literally all I can do is like sit around and watch YouTube videos or talk to people. That's something that what I need to do that every night for. Like if I want to play the game, I should play the game. Like it wasn't doing anything good for me, especially health wise. So I said, fuck that shit. So I mean, obviously, I'm still going to drink, but it's more of like a social thing. If I'm out with friends, like this Saturday, we all went out. We all went to a hookah bar. We was drinking, of course. But obviously, I got a plan to get home. I got people around me. In my room, no. So I told myself, no more drinking in the room. Like, if I want to drink, then shit, be at a dinner or something, be out. But like, otherwise, ain't no fucking point. So, I mean, I feel like it's a good thing to come to terms with what you're going through because it's just like only you can do that. Nobody. I mean, other people can, but I could be like, nah. Like Killjoy gets like, bro, you drink too much, and I'm like, man, the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? So. I don't know. I'm happy that I finally came to this realization. Can I keep it up? I know I can, but like, you never know. It might be that one day where I'm like, man, fuck. Like, I'm
I
so tired
think
of dealing
I
with this
think
shit, and then I drink.
I think
So
part of it is maturation because you understand it's not something you want to do, and it's something that you're trying to control. But the other part is just like anything, it's moderation. It's about, like you said, if you go out to a dinner party or you guys are hanging out, one or two is not bad. But when you're like, 7 shots, let's get it, and you pre-gamed at home already, nigga, no. You don't need, because now you're sitting at home with a headache the next day and you like, oh man, I shouldn't
bro,
have did that. But
what?
only you can look in the mirror and be like, well, nigga, you knew you were drunk when you went out and you decided seven
No
more was
facts.
good.
Nah, you want to know something I did? It was the day. Damn, I'm telling too much about myself. But you remember that one day where I got the big bottle of Crown? It was like
The not the
fucking
legal,
half a
the
gallon
half
or some
gallon. Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
it was like it was
In the
big as hell,
in the industry, because I used to work
bro.
for a liquor store, we call that the dog, because that's
Well,
half
I
a
got the
gallon.
dog, and
Yeah,
that dog beat my ass because I don't. What I do is like I'll start drinking, and like I'll just keep wanting to drink. I'll just keep wanting to drink. So it's like, yeah, exactly, bro. I drink, I think 70% of that bottle.
I bought this morning. That's a half a
All right,
bottle,
so
folks. It's a half
I'm not
half a
trying to
bottle.
one up. I'm not trying to one up.
No, no,
But
no.
you
I
know
know,
how
I
big
know, I know.
that bottle
Oh yeah,
is,
yeah, yeah,
bro. That's what maybe two and a half of those bottles
yeah.
that I
Oh,
drank
big
that
facts.
one day, and I was just like, when I woke up, I was dead. Like I was dead to the world. I went into the bathroom. I threw up, and like I looked at myself. Like I think Snapchat opened, and I was just like, hell no. Like I cannot be doing this. And I took the picture, and I was like, whenever you do some stupid shit like this, you're gonna re-look at that picture and look how dumb you look. Like I looked like death.
Yeah.
So I think we need those moments too, because I don't think I'm an alcoholic. Because like obviously, damn, I sound like an alcoholic because I'm about to be like, well, I can stop whenever I want to. But like, no, I've literally stopped for months and been fine. I've been doing it with moderation, been fine. But it's just like when I do it, it's just too fucking much. So it's definitely a demon. I want to dumb it down to where it's not a demon no more. It's a little friend. It's a little friend over there. I meet you every now and then, but you ain't my
Right,
bestie. Like
right.
I
No, I
don't talk
get
to
it.
you every day.
I
You
get it.
know,
I
but
get what you're saying.
it definitely was and I hate to say it, but like it was the greatest time of my life back then. But like it was definitely Guam because like I got into that lifestyle of what you doing today? Oh, let's go to the beach. Boom, we drinking. And it was always casual then. It was never me sitting in my room just drinking. But then after, when I didn't have that anymore, I didn't have all those friends, I didn't have that, like basically at any time I could hit somebody up and hang out with them. I don't have that anymore. So it's like, man, well, shit, I just drink. And it's like, now I got to the realization, like, nah, we can't be doing that. So that was mine. I know that shit a little deep, maybe a little too personal, but I don't give a fuck. Y'all gonna learn about me today. So yeah, we doing good. Like I haven't, ever since I told myself I haven't, and now it feels like when I kind of go out now, like when we went out Saturday, I was like, bro, like, okay, now like I should be looking forward to drinking. You know, like it shouldn't be that whole, man, I just got off, I need a beer. Like, no, like we getting in fucking shape around here. We getting the skin clear. We doing all that. We ain't doing that no more. We drink some motherfucking water. So yeah,
I think part of it is finding something to take place of the drinking. Like you're finding other things to, because again, it's easy. Like you say, you get off work and you riding home, or you like, oh man, I can stop. Let me grab something real quick. Oh, 6 pack, it's right there. Why not? And you
no
in your
facts.
mind, you're not like, oh man, I'm about to get fucked up. You just like, man, let me get a 6 pack, just chill, not think. Like you're doing it to take away from having to think about whatever the day may have been. But if you find other things to take away, it's just like anything. This is like when they say
Yeah,
when you get rid of a vice, you find it in something else. That's what this is for at this moment in time. I think that's what we're all going through. Because anytime you give up a vice, you find something else to fill that void. Like for me, I start like y'all know I smoke. I'm a smoker. I ain't smoked in like 5-6 months. Partly because I want to find another job, and I don't know if I have to take a piss test or not. And I ain't gonna hold you. I had a couple opportunities last year, and I fucked up smoking. Like That's just, it is what it is. Like, I have to own that. Like, I can't take that. I can't be like, no, that wasn't what. Like, nah, nigga, you fucked those up because you were like, getting high is way more important. Because then I didn't have to think about things. Now, thinking about things sucks, but it's a better way to cope with things if I can figure out how to cope with things. And I do a lot of research on stuff, and it goes back to what, maybe 3 or 4 pods ago when we were talking about looking in that mirror. That mirror can suck, but at some point you gotta look into it. And once you look into it, it's gonna suck in the moment. But once you get past looking into it and you go, okay, what can I do to not make this become a reoccurring thing where I'm always going back to, let me go look in the mirror again. Because when you keep looking back in the mirror, then you're not doing anything to push past that.
Because you're gonna get used to it. Yeah. You're gonna be like, well, this doesn't have that same impact it had on me the first time, so I'm going to continue doing what I was doing. But
now,
so
today, yes, I'm drinking, but it's just more of, I ain't drinking a minute. I'm just on here with my homies. I'm having a good time. This isn't for, man, it's been a tough week, man. I got so much shit on my mind. Is there still shit going on in life? Yes, but this isn't like, let me go find a bunch of things to just get through this week. This is just like, man, I'm off today. I ain't got to go to work. I'm going to drink, have a good time. I'm chilling. But again, it's all about moderation too. You can't do things over in abundance and then expect to be like, well, that wasn't that bad. No, nigga, it was. Because you were doing it for a specific reason. Again, I think partly for me, not smoking, I find myself, it's weird, but I find myself playing way more Apex, and that kind of, it's weirdly soothing. Yes, do I get frustrated, but it's weirdly soothing because it's like, all right, I got something else I can focus on for an hour and a half, an hour before I go to sleep to go back to work at night.
Yeah.
That's what it's there.
So it's kind of like the same thing for both of us because it puts, like, if we being honest, I know you can function high, but honestly, really what either weed or drinking is doing is putting you in a state to where you really not able to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
I don't have
to do other stuff.
I don't have to think.
Yeah. You're just kind of there. Yeah. You just kind of, I hate to say it. I'm not going to say you brain dead, but like,
no, that's technically what it is. You're cutting off. I'm cutting off a part where I don't have to, I'm cutting off the feelings part where it's like the first thing people tell you, not first thing, I don't know. A lot of people are saying now, especially like nowadays, is feel your feelings, feel your emotions. And smoking and drinking lets me cut that off because it's like, I don't want to feel those.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. Like I had an interesting, like again, I guess we just gonna get deep. I had an interesting conversation with my pops, and he said some things, and it's just like, yo, man, that's fucked up. Like I didn't really appreciate the things he said, and my old self would have been like, man, let me go get a bottle. I'm about to get some weed. I'm about to smoke the fuck out, and I just ain't got to think about it. But then it's like, okay, let me sit back and think about it. Like, yo, I didn't like what was said, but I got to take into account his point of view too. Now, is there a conversation that needs to happen between me and my dad? Probably. Am I there at that point yet? I ain't going to say yeah. But I also understand, okay, there's some things I can do differently to move differently within our dynamic and relationship rather than just going to get high and drink and then forget about it and then be like, no, we good. It's like, no, there's some things that need to be addressed.
But you still got to face it when you wake up. It's still there.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So that's a maturation process. And some people are like, oh, I figured that out at this point. Like some people figure it out early, some people figure it out late, some people never figure it out. And
that's one thing, no, I don't like that. Cause I hate when you doing something. Actually, I remember I had took an IG story and I was in Seattle and we had just got there and we took one shot. We had bought a bottle and we took one shot and we like, bet we here. We about to, have fun, but let's take a shot before we go to sleep. Mm-hmm. This dude gonna write me like, you too old to be doing that, bro. No, you too old. I can do whatever I want.
I'm a grown ass man, first and foremost.
Right. You too old. I can do whatever the fuck I please. Like, I don't care if I took 20 of these bitches. We only took one. Like, I think, and that's why I don't like talking about drinking a lot. Because like, especially here, I don't want people to get that, like, look at me and be like, oh, he just get crazy. Like, he drink all the time. Like, I don't want that. And that's what I felt like that's what you get. I could literally have one beer and then somebody see me drinking that beer and then see me drinking 4 beers another day and say, damn, all he do is drink. But you don't know what I did before or after that.
Right.
And
Right.
people always see what's on that surface level. So I don't know. Like I think that's another part of it. But at the same time, like
You
I said,
don't
I can
want
do whatever the fuck I
you don't
want.
want
But
that first, because again, that's that first impression thing. You don't want somebody's first impression to be like, damn, all I ever see this nigga doing on his stories is drinking. So that must be all he ever does. But they don't understand. I done worked a 12-hour shift over here for the last 7 days. I I had to go take care of some business over here 2 days ago. This it's a turn up for my homegirl's birthday or somebody's birthday. You know what I mean? Like
right.
they don't see that part. All they see is you were drinking this day, you drank this day, you drank this day, and you was live on all the days. Nigga, what do you do other than
Exactly.
drink? So
But
I
like you
feel
said,
you.
we always find a vice to replace a vice with.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think one of my vices is music and always will be. But another vice, like I told you, I've been in like getting deep into like skincare. Like I've been looking up products. I've been watching YouTube videos. Like literally, like most of my day is just looking up YouTube videos on like how to like what's better for dark skin. Like I'm just looking up all types of shit, getting new products. Like I'm trying not to get too many, but I think I got 2 of everything I need. So now I'm like, all right, if one don't work, give it to the homie. But like something replaced it. Another thing that really replaced it though is fucking ice cream. That shit, bro. I like that shit, but I be trying not to, but I'm like, man, that fucking little Haagen Dazs, little fucking
But
shit
see,
is
for
so
me,
so good.
that's part of my, I guess, quote unquote, demon list is food. It's like, oh, I can eat something good, and I'm like, this is delicious. I ain't thinking about nothing. Oh, it's so good. And then I wake up from eating or sleeping. I'm like, nigga, you need to go do something. Do something.
No, I felt
You
that.
just
I felt
can't
that.
eat all the time. Like that's a legit thing, man. It's a comfort. It's a comfort in just being able to eat and just enjoy it in the moment. But then after that moment's over, it's like, okay, nigga, you better go walk or something. Because if not,
Yeah.
yeah, you're working. Yes, you have a job. Yes, you're doing. But what are you doing outside of that? And I ain't
Do
gonna
you
hold
get
you.
that sluggishness too?
Yeah,
Do you feel
but I
okay?
think
That's not just me.
I want to say because partially I need to go get another physical and all that type of stuff. But having COVID, I think really fucked me over because like I know I'm big, I know I breathe heavy, but there's times where I'm like I know this ain't from me just being fat. This is
No
like my
facts.
lungs are something's wrong in my lung system.
Facts.
Like something's wrong with my respiratory system. And I need to get it checked out and I got to do that. But again, when you're saving money and the insurance ain't the greatest from the company you're with, you may not necessarily get it. So we got to change some
I
things.
felt that.
But at the end of the day, if you can tell what your vices are, you can change what your vices are. It's when people are like, I'm not an alcoholic, but you literally see them with drinking half a bottle a day. And they're functioning because they're used to functioning like that. Like
Yeah.
I knew niggas that would literally come in reeking of it, but the way they acted, you would be like, oh, they're not drunk, but they're reeking. Like you could smell it coming off of them. Yes, you can do quote unquote the job, but my nigga, you are not. You are. This ain't good.
Yeah.
And that's with anything from spending money, because money is a thing too. Like I'm with Nerd right
Oh,
now. I'm on my saving money thing because it's easy to go out there and you see something you like. Well, I mean, I got it right here. Let me go ahead and click.
no
Let me throw that
facts.
in the Amazon basket right quick. That's cool.
As I'm
Man.
shopping for food at the moment on my phone.
But I mean, it's because everything, and that's the hard part about society today is everything is literally that convenient. Literally, you can pick up your phone and be like, man, let me order some food. Oh, let me just see what Amazon got going on. Fat kid deals. Oh man, this looks like a good deal. Let me go ahead and add that to the
That kid
basket.
deals is the devil.
It is.
I love them to death, but they are the devil.
Cause nigga, you be thinking about stuff like, man, I need this. It'll be good if I. And all of a sudden, in less than 48 hours, there's gonna be a deal that pops up of whatever you were thinking about.
Facts.
Mhm.
100% facts.
I got so many boxes unopened of Fat Kid Deal stuff that I'm buying for the house when we move.
And
For
you
the
might as well,
house.
you might as
I
well
know
just.
that for the house.
But the truth of it is, like, I might as well just keep it boxed up till we move. Because if I
Bruh,
unbox it, I just gotta
No
put it back into
facts.
another box.
I got
So,
all these boxes of it, and yesterday Toy is like, "Why do you have like 7 boxes here?" I'm like, "Well, it's shit I want to use for the house, but we're not in the house yet, so I'm just not gonna open it.
and it
But
don't
I'm
help
also
that
not gonna miss this deal."
we may miss it, but in our group chat, one of us is gonna put it in there and be like,
Oh,
shit,
100%
nigga,
facts.
that's
Me with that damn
woo,
calendar.
nigga.
Both of them calendars. My bad. My bad. I just knew y'all would like
Nigga,
it.
you with the Demon Slayer Funko Pop. I'm like, man, nigga, I really don't need this, but
I know, bro. I'm
man,
like, I don't want all five, but
man.
I mean, do I want to
But
complete it?
if I get the one, I might as well get the other ones to go with. They need to be a family. They
Facts.
should
Bruh, I got a
be.
Facts.
whole Harry Potter set behind me because of you.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I done seen this Harry Potter chess set come up, nigga. I don't have nobody to play chess with, but nigga, that shit look fire,
I don't even know how to play chess, but I'll learn.
nigga.
All right, Killjoy. Killjoy, do you have anything
I think
about
my
this?
biggest demon is I don't I don't speak up for myself. And that's in life, in my relationship, and everything. Like when something happened, instead of like fighting it or speaking up, I just kind of shut down and I'm like, okay, whatever. I've always been that way. My therapist says I should change that way, but I I don't see a change being beneficial. So I just stick to okay, whatever. And like it's terrible to think and like to do, but I just rather not put up a fight for nothing and deal with the bullshit in life in general, especially at my job. Like I'm working 3 different positions at my job right now, but only getting paid for one.
This nigga is a secretary.
Like
this nigga, this nigga
like
answers phone
I'm literally
calls.
doing I'm answering phone calls, I'm doing pantry, I'm talking to inmates, I'm talking to people's moms when they like but I'm only getting paid for one. And I already not getting paid enough, but everybody at my job is complaining, but I'm like, it ain't gonna change shit, so I just shut down. And they're like, "Oh, Theo, do you have anything to say?" Nah.
But in your mind,
Well,
you cussing everybody out. You
I'm cussing everybody because
motherfuckers.
in my mind, I feel like if I say something, it's pointless because there won't be a change. Unless I know I can speak up and make a change, why speak up? And that's not a good mindset to have because obviously, if you never speak up, people don't know the
That's
issues.
how people get walked over too, because they're like,
Yes.
oh, he'll do it. Just throw it at him, and you like, nigga, I
And
don't
that's
have
what
the
they
time.
do at my job. That's what they do at my job. When nobody is at the front desk, they'll call my phone and they'll be like, "Well, I know he'll do it." And sure, why not?
And I think that goes
Nobody else
back.
want to do the shit.
That goes back to like our generation, because we're all pretty much in the same, within the same like years of each other.
Hmm. Right.
Be in a child's place. A child don't speak up. A
Even
child
though
should be
we're not
seen.
children, even though we're not children anymore, that mindset is still there. It's like, okay,
A
whatever.
child should be seen and not heard. You know what I mean? Like I had that was a big one for me. Like nigga, what you don't need to say nothing. And it's not. I don't ever feel like my parents were ever like nigga shut the fuck up. But it was like I don't know how to explain what I'm feeling right now. I don't know what to say. I don't know
Yeah.
how do I say, yo, I'm not feeling the best mentally because that's not something I can show you physically. Because if it wasn't physical, nigga, go lay down, go to sleep. You got school in the morning. Go do this. And it's like, but I'm feeling like I kind of don't want to be here no more. In a very much unalive myself way. But if I tell you that, for me, if I tell you that, nigga, pray to Jesus. Jesus will take that away.
Hmm.
Jesus ain't taking all of this away.
like, like
Jesus, I mean, I love Jesus, but
if it was that easy to just pray and Jesus would take things away, the world wouldn't be the way it is today.
that part, and it's us again, it's a weird part of our generation where we're that weird gap because the kids that are younger than us are like, you gonna know about my feelings, I'm gonna tell you about my feelings, and you gonna shut the fuck up and let me talk. And then the people behind us are like, nigga, you better suppress that shit and just deal with it. And we're that weird
Yeah.
generation where we're like, nah, you should be able to talk about it, but at the same time, you don't tell
Like,
everybody you don't tell everybody your business either.
Yeah.
So
a
it's
lose
that
lose.
it's a lot of unlearning that we're having to do, and we're doing it at an age where people are like, you should have already, quote unquote, society says you should have figured it out by now, and it's like I don't have it figured out. I I would just be honest. There's some things I do, and there's some things I don't. And the things I don't are the things people can't see. So automatically, oh, you just don't want to do it.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I think
So
that's
so I think that this is crazy because I've probably been the number one person to witness everything he just told us, minus the work part. But like at home and stuff, and like I'm just there, and I just be wanting to say like, bro, if you don't cuss this motherfucker the fuck out, like I
yeah,
be wanting to say it, but I'll be like, that's his business, you know. So I like unless he bring it up to me, I'm not gonna be like, bro, you should have did this, like.
yeah.
But no, I totally get it, and it's something I've definitely noticed. But I get why he doesn't, because it seems like you'll
what's
say
the
something, and then they gonna say, "Oh, he crazy," or something like similar. So
Yep.
I totally get why he doesn't do it. I still wish you would sometimes because at least after that, they gonna understand that you don't fuck with Theo. Like that's what I. If it don't get anything embedded in their mind, it will get that. They be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna say nothing to him because he gonna cuss me the fuck out. So
But I think that's the other part of it is we want to find that balance where I want to let you know I don't necessarily want to push you out of my life, but if you're not going to fit into what I'm trying to do to better myself, then maybe it's best that at this point in time we just don't have any communication.
but that's what happens when if they've been so vocal, that person been so vocal about telling Theo what to do or anything, being so vocal about his life. You can't be mad when he gets vocal back with you. And then you can't be mad if he pops off on you, he don't say nothing, but if he do pop off on you, y'all need to be adults and be vocal enough to where he can come back and be like, "Hey, my bad, I snapped. This is what happened. This is what I'm going through. This is why I felt that way." Like that sometimes it need to happen like that.
But again, we're dealing with a
So,
generation that the first thing they say, especially as black people, think you better pray to Jesus or you better figure it out on your own.
but
Because it's
Theo ain't
still,
praying to Jesus right now. This
but
motherfucker got he got other shit to worry about.
no, but I
I
understand
just
that.
had a
But I'm saying,
conversation.
oh no,
I
go
just
ahead,
had
bro.
a conversation with my dad about like, cause my dad is kind of the religious one out of my mom and my dad, and I was talking to him a couple days ago, and I was like, Dad, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Me and Jesus ain't on the same page right now. Then I explained my story as to why, and he gets it, and he respects it, but he also feels like I should try again. Because there's a reason why. I used to go to church every Sunday. I used to be a very religious person. But then I had one moment in my church home in Georgia that fucked me in the mind, and I stopped going. And I don't want to go back. Because now I'm looking at it in a sense of this shit is weird. So I view religion in a different, like, I view it different. So
Nah,
me, me, and-
I've been through
me and
that.
God, we cool, but we ain't as cool as we used to be.
The biggest thing for me, and I'll just just throwing it out there, is that I've learned, and part of it is with the church that I have back home. That's in my home where my parents are at. It's about your individual relationship. It's not necessarily about everybody else. Like the church is good. You need fellowship. You want fellowship. You want people around that are like minded and there to if you need somebody to talk to and all that. But if your personal relationship is your personal relationship, because the biggest thing is, and the thing that's always stuck with me is you gotta talk to God like He just one of your peoples. Like, hey, homie, because the people think there's a right way. There's no right way. It's a conversation.
Mhm.
And it's just like, hey, what up, God? I mean, if you want to say what up, my nigga, I mean, I ain't mad at it. But it's your personal relationship, and it's just like any
Facts.
other relationship. Sometimes you got to be like, okay, I need you out of me and Jesus' life right now, because like me and him need to have some serious talk. And I'm grateful for you praying for me. And the other part about it is you don't want everybody praying for you, because some of them people praying ain't necessarily right on their own either.
That
Are you
part.
praying on my downfall?
Some of them, right, that part. Shout out to T Grizzly. But sometimes some of them prayers are hitting the, some of them prayers people putting up are hitting the ceiling and coming right back down. They ain't necessarily breaking through no atmosphere to talk to God.
Facts.
So you don't necessarily want everybody saying they praying for you. Now the people that have your best interest at heart and really love you and really mess with you and want to see the best for you, cool. Yes, I appreciate you praying for me, but I need to have this time with me and God. And just like any other relationship, there's gonna be times where you fall out with your niggas, and you got to be like, okay, we got to back up and come back to this because you did this. I know I asked for this, and that's what you did. But brother, you okay? Where are you trying to take me now? Because you done took me the long way around,
Okay.
and then sometimes again, that's that look back in the mirror. What did you do also?
Hmm?
So, yeah, man, I understand that. And again, it's I go back to it's just our generation is that weird gap in between where we see these young kids. They'll tell you real quick, you ain't finna fuck with me like that. I don't care what you say, old lady. And we looking like,
I
nigga,
beat your
you
ass.
don't talk to old. Come on now, got to get a lady some respect. But at the
You,
same time, you like,
you
at the same time, you like, but they kind of right. You ain't finna just talk to me any type of way either.
Yeah.
you're not
so,
wrong.
so
So I 100,000% relate to that whole kind of talking to God your way, because like I went to a private school from the 6th to the 12th grade. Like I don't even remember elementary school that much. So that was literally like that time frame where I started actually remembering parts of my life to when I was 17 years old. Then I left. I was in a church school. I was surrounded by it all the time. Like it wasn't just school. It was church on Sunday. It was church on Friday at the end of the school day. Like I was surrounded by it. So when I actually left, got to Germany, yeah, I had experienced other stuff, but like I was still a little bit in that bubble other than when I went home to the hood. So like when I finally got to the States, I mean to Germany, I didn't I had to find my own way. Like you said, it's not the same that it was back in the day. Little kids will say, "You're not about to fuck with me, grandma. I'll beat your ass." Like, but the same thing with that is we don't have that same structure that we had back in the day. From what the 70s on, you had families. Like everybody was in a family, everybody was married, they had a few kids. Like we don't have that now. I'm 32. Like single as hell. I got one kid. She on the other side of the states. So it's just like for me, church might not be the best thing, but it's also a different age to where I could go watch church on YouTube if I want to. I don't have to go to church if I want to at all. Honestly, it doesn't necessarily excite me. So for something that I don't necessarily want to just force myself to do just to say that I did it, I
yeah,
could find another way. Like, and that's exactly why I agree with y'all when y'all say that. But no, I definitely like found myself and I found like a sweet spot. Like, if I get a wife or whatever in the future and she want to do that, then fine. Like, I mean, I hope she don't, but like, I'm just saying if that's what she want to do, obviously we married and we gonna make those sacrifices for each other. But otherwise, like, I like the way I do it now. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy and just start, sinning all types of craziness, But like, I know the vibe. I know what I
you
know.
have a moral compass, like, and that's
Hmm.
Yeah,
realistically that's really what it's about, is finding what is your moral compass. You know what I mean?
facts.
And again, I'm what you would call a Christian. If you had to put it under a label, it would be, I guess, Baptist. But I'm like, what does your personal walk with God look like? Because that's what it comes down to. Like, I can help you get there. I can help you, learn stuff and things like that. I mean, I feel like I have a pretty good knowledge of things like that. But I can't. However you choose to look at God is how you choose to look at God. And
Hmm.
whatever situations you may have had, with people that claim they're a Christian to you, and you're like, but you are super hypocritical on some of the things that you're talking about. I don't know if this is who I want to talk to either.
I think the most important thing you said, and the thing I take away the most from this, is you can't have everybody pray for you, because that literally is what skewed my view of Christianity.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that is my takeaway from this is that.
And the crazy part is, I just came to that realization maybe 3 months ago, and that was with a conversation with my dad. When I was like, "Yeah, I'm going through this," and he's like, "Well, you can't have everybody pray for you." And my dad is religious, like he's elder, deacon of the church, all that type of stuff. And he's like, "You can't have everybody praying for you. Everybody say they praying for you ain't necessarily who you want praying for you. It's nice to hear that, but what is your life like? Like, what are you doing?" So, for sure, man.
Yeah, this went. I mean, damn, that went good. I ain't gonna lie, that was good. I don't think we got too crazy. Yeah, I don't think we got too crazy.
No,
yeah.
not at all. Not at all.
I think it was good. I think it's a good topic. Did you? Yeah, we did. Did y'all have anything else y'all want us to bring up? Anything before we sign out?
Just send positive vibes. We move in 2 weeks, possibly sooner, but so new background loading coming soon.
Hey.
So let's send positive vibes that we get a smooth move. I ain't gotta kill nobody, i.e., the bank people, the people selling house, or my wife, because I have to kill her if I need to. She crazy. But and shout out to this it's Mountain Milk Burger, which is a grilled cheese sandwich, 2 patties, and a grilled cheese sandwich. That's on the way to my house right now.
Oh my God!
To fuck that shit up.
We just talked about food. This man said I'm about to go all out.
I'm sorry.
I got some ribs I'm about to reheat, nigga. From City Barbecue, nigga.
Hold on, I got some chicken right here. Let me see.
We all finna be eating.
Like, come on.
I'm about to tear this shit up. But so I know we was talking about food earlier, and I know how you said it's like kind of a demon. But I got some. It's a food you should eat that you not, because you being a little bitch. That chip.
What chip?
The one right there, Theo, to your left.
I don't know.
Not you. I'm talking about Walt. But that chip. That chip. Yes.
This is just a box. I ate the chip.
No, you didn't. You didn't fucking eat that chip.
Here's
I like how you try to play that off.
Here's my thing. Our normal pod day is Sunday. So there go. If you would, I said I would eat it during the pod.
And that means you should have your milk ready, because Sunday was yesterday. Today is Monday.
No.
Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me.
Yes, I'm gonna blame it.
No. You said you was gonna eat this chip.
I did.
You said you was gonna eat this chip.
Do it for specifically for the pod. So that's not my fault that you chose not to make sure.
Like, who the fuck puts that on a box? Who put that on a box? Destroy me? And you expect?
Wait, it says that.
Yep.
First of all, it says you're next. Also, and I don't like.
You are next.
I don't like the fact that it's telling me what I am gonna be. I don't like my food talking to me like that. First and foremost.
Or does it say that when you open it or something?
No, it says at the top of the box.
No, at the top.
Oh shit.
Bro, what? You can't dodge this chip forever. You said you're gonna eat it on the pod. You got one more pod.
Okay, you have to do it at the top. If you say, "Hey, Walt," when I say, "Are we gonna do the pod?" I need an immediate response.
You cannot pod and do it. You have to do it at the end, because you're gonna die.
No, I'd rather be dead on the pod if that's gonna be my last pod.
He ain't gonna be saying nothing. He just gonna be able to.
Well, I'll just be like, "Hey guys, That's a good topic.
You not gonna talk, bro. I'm telling you.
Okay, and I feel like I
It's
am.
gonna hurt to talk.
I feel like I am gonna talk. You don't
All right.
understand me. You keep trying
Then
to
why don't you eat the bitch now? Since you saying I don't understand
because
you.
I don't have the proper tools to handle said heat. What did you just say your big vice was right now? Ice cream,
You,
right?
bro.
You said ice cream, right, nigga? I don't have no ice cream.
Nigga, get milk.
No, nigga. If I'm gonna use anything, I'm gonna use ice cream because milk is.
You should have been at this. You knew we was potting. You just didn't know it was gonna be Sunday because I was dead.
No. I understood because there's a lot of stuff. We have everybody in the group got a lot of stuff going on. So I understood
Alright.
we may not necessarily be potting on Sunday.
Right.
Now I threw
All
it
right,
out
y'all.
there.
So he continuing to dodge. So it's okay.
Wow. First
It's
of all,
okay.
what
I
you're
didn't
not gonna
know.
do is pay
I
me
didn't
for
know
the-
he was a.
You ain't gonna pay me.
I didn't know he was a car manufacturer named Dodge because
Well,
that's what the fuck you
apparently,
doing.
to prepare for this chip, you need gloves.
See, well, first of all, the fact I need gloves lets me know this is not a job.
That I'm
what it
looking,
sounds
and
like-
that is the number one highly recommended thing is
What
to
it
have
sounds-
gloves.
What it sounds like is that this comes with a certain movie called Candyman, which Nerd saw. Nerd, what is your Negro take of Candyman?
All right, I'll give you this one. Next week, if you don't eat that motherfucking chip, I swear I'm flying over there. I got your address. I got it.
Fair enough.
All right. So, Candyman, saw it today.
You didn't like it?
I wasn't feeling it that much.
Have you seen? Have you seen the originals?
I've seen it, but it was so long ago. I don't like necessarily remember it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back and watch them. But the thing is, I don't think like the concept of the movie was bad or anything. Like obviously, it already was there and it's been there for years. But I think it was too hollow. Everything was like too much on the surface. Didn't really go deeper. Like it kind of showed you a little bit of the stuff, like of how it became, but it was just like,
Do you feel like maybe it's setting up for another?
100% facts.
Okay.
100% facts. Because it's just like, it told you the story.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say it because I don't want to spoil, but like,
Gotcha.
basically, it was just too surface level for me. Obviously, I know a lot of people don't think Jordan Peele is the best, and a lot of people do. But like for me,
Well, remember, he just has producing credits. The lady that did, I can't remember her name, Nora something, is who directed it. It was a black woman that directed it, but Jordan Peele's company. Like I'm not trying to take nothing away from Jordan Peele, but I just want to make sure we give the proper props to the something DaCosta.
Well, either way, what you're saying would make sense because when I was watching Get Out,
Near
right? Near the
Yes,
cost. Okay.
Yes.
So when I was watching Get Out, you can watch Get Out 3 times and you'll notice something in the background or you notice a deeper meaning or something. Like,
Okay.
that's what I come to expect with a Jordan Peele movie. Like you said, it's not necessarily him. But in this movie, when I was watching, it was just like, it was really nothing deep at all. And I feel like even comedy movies sometimes have deeper shit than this movie had. Like, it was just literally,
What up, Clint?
yeah, it literally was just showing you like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it told you a story and then it was like, it kind of felt like it told you a story and then right when what you wanted to happen happened, it cut off.
Okay.
It was like it was more like an episode of something. Like, that's what I felt like it was.
Gotcha.
It felt like I was watching an episode and then they hit a cliffhanger and was like, all right, come back for season 2. And it's like, God damn it, bitch.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I felt about it. It wasn't horrible, but it didn't grab me to where I'm like, man, this is fucking great. Like, no, it didn't have me wanting to see it again, like Get Out.
Okay.
Like,
Did you see?
I mean, it was.
Us?
Yeah, I saw Us too.
See, I didn't see that one. But
Us,
again,
I mean,
I hear what you're saying. But again, if it's setting up for a series, then I see why it may have cut where you saying you wish it hadn't cut at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I mean, I get it. It just I feel like it just either they could have condensed some stuff and made the ending better, right? Or they could have kept it the same length and then put more details in it.
okay.
Like kind of went a little bit deeper, then I would have been a little bit more happy. But I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. If you got time and you like scary movies, it wasn't that scary. Like you can go see it.
Was it more suspenseful than scary?
It had a few jump scares, maybe 2 or 3.
Okay.
It did the whole. It it kind of did the whole reverse horror movie thing because you know how black people always die first. This one was more like white people always doing that white people shit. So,
True.
yeah. So, but that's really all I got to say.
Like saying his name 5 times in the mirror for fun.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that shit tonight.
do
What up, Queen?
R.I.P.
Shout out to Queen Clem being in the chat. She said,
What's
up
good,
to
Queen?
UP, and she said, what's up to you, KillJoy?
What up,
you
what up?
tuning in. Just another podcast we doing. I'm drunk, but it's been a good time.
He lit. But yeah, if you want to see it, I suggest. I mean, I know it's other movies out too. Is it Shang-Chi?
I said I wasn't gonna go see it in theaters, but god damn it, Marvel, I'm probably gonna go see it because I gotta see it.
It's a Marvel movie.
Yeah, Shang-Chi's Marvel.
Okay.
He is an Avenger.
Technically, yes.
Okay, I gotta go see that now.
Yeah, but I was like, I'm not going because I refuse to be out there with the Delta variant. But everybody says it's really, really good. Like all the people I follow that I kind of trust opinions on, I'm like,
I'm hearing raving reviews like.
yeah, they said they did their thing on it. And, it's got our boy from what's the show? Fuck.
Oh, Kim's Convenience.
Yes. Even though the last season was,
I remember you saying that. The
last season was kind of
damn man. R.I.P. to the GOAT. That was a GOAT show.
Yeah, that last season was kind of like, okay, you niggas.
Well, it could have been a GOAT show. It was a great show.
But that's the thing, man. This is so off topic. But some shows you want to kill them, but you want to give them that extra season. But sometimes like you could have ended because you know who's getting a spinoff. The white
Fresh
girl.
Prince.
Nah, the white girl from Kim's Convenience. The boss. She's getting a spinoff show.
I hate.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you made this great show about Korean people, but you're gonna give her a spinoff show. Okay. So I'm just leave it at that. But shout out to Kim's Convenience. Seasons 1 through 4 are great. Season 5 is, or is it? Yeah, this is the 5th season, right? The newest one. I think it's the 5th season.
All right, man. Shoot. So I think we covered everything. Hopefully, Kendrick drops soon. I doubt it. I'm probably saying the next month or 2 months, maybe 3, somewhere around there.
He did register 30 songs with ASCAP. Now, if we get in a triple, quadruple, double disc,
I don't want that shit.
This is the thing. It would make more sense coming from him right now, and I only say that because he's leaving TDE, so it could be like a kind of like a love letter, or whatever you want to call it.
It's like
not even a photo dump.
Here's all my TDE tracks that we did. Bye.
Never going back.
Oh,
kinda.
J-Rock is dropping a new track though. It was on his Insta.
Okay.
So I'm excited for that. I'm the lone. I think J-Rock's the best.
I like J-Rock. I'm just not the biggest fan of J-Rock.
I like J-Rock. He's just not the best in TDE.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
App Dash Show.
He washes everybody on
Man, we all got 3 different favorites. Schoolboy
Dash Show.
He washes everybody on every track he's on. But shout out to Ray Vaughn. If y'all haven't go listen to that freestyle, go listen to it. He killed that shit.
Chill. Anyways, appreciate y'all for coming through. Queen, appreciate you for coming through. Actually, shit, I'm gonna say it now. Fuck it. Maui, if you in here, I know you ain't, but we gonna get your ass on here. So be ready. And I don't care how shy you is, you'll get unshy.
You'll figure it the fuck out.
You figure it out. And then what old people used to figure it out. Like I hate that shit. It's weird. Anyway, so appreciate y'all coming through. I'm off next Sunday, so we should be able to pod. But just let me know. I have a normal schedule again. Once again, pray for everybody, bro. Pray for the people affected by these floods. Pray for the refugee or not refugees, evacuees. Excuse me. Make sure I pray for them. Pray for the people working to help all of them, including myself, because that shit is not for the faint of heart. Like you have to be built different to kind of, especially be face to face with these people, especially when some of them don't give a fuck about you. So, but most of them are grateful. I will say that. But yeah, pray for us. Keep me in your thoughts, and because I ain't drinking, so I'll be like, man, I got so bored. I started playing Borderlands 3 again. That's how you know I'm motherfucking bored. I even bought the shit. I think I paid $30 for like this whole DLC, the game, all that shit. So, anyways, y'all can hit me up on Instagram, Snap, not Facebook, Twitter, RVNGOFTHENERD. And yeah, if you want to follow me on socials, Twitch, I'll be back in January or some shit like that. So, but yeah, KillJoy.
You can follow me on all my socials. Literally everything is Dr. KillJoy XD. That's DrKillJoyXD. When I move, I got some streaming things planned. So we're gonna test some waters out.
Shout out to YouTube because they giving out bags.
Yeah, we'll try to get that bag.
Surprised we ain't talk about that.
Yeah, drunk and I ain't think about it.
It slipped my mind, but I'm gonna try to get back active on TikTok. I be playing, but I just be forgetting to record clips, and sometimes I just don't have no clips. But yeah, follow me on Twitter. That's your best bet.
Also, if you follow me on any of them and you got some skincare fucking advice you want to give, or you got a good site, because especially with darker skin, because it is so many lighter skin products and influencers that are around there, but not enough dark skin, let me know so I can know where to go. Hey, Skeezy.
You can follow me at AYESKY84, A Skywalker. You can definitely follow over here on Twitch. This is where I be at. YouTube might be the next move though, because again, they giving out bags. But I like to stream music, and them motherfuckers will quickly DCA your ass for half a snippet of something over on YouTube. So we'll see how that works. But shout out to everybody that tunes in. Shout out to everybody that came in live. Shout out to everybody that watches on YouTube. Again, KillJoy be killing the edits. We appreciate you and what you do. Nerd always comes through with some hard hitting deep questions. You need that nigga that's gonna do that. Me, I just be showing up like, hey niggas, I'm here. So that's what I do best. You can follow us on YouTube, POD-N- just the letter PLAY, Pod and Play. We are over there. We are there. Please leave comments, yo. I know y'all be watching. Leave comments. That's the only way we're gonna get better. If something's trash, tell us it's trash. Don't, because I'll still tell you ain't shit. But if you choose to tell us that we trash, just be prepared for me to tell you ain't shit. So there's that.
Itch.
Shout out to David for picking up my food.
Shout out to David for bringing what you call the burger? It was some grilled cheese.
The Mountain Melt Burger.
There you go.
Grilled cheese, patty, grilled cheese.
It sounded like fatty, fat deliciousness.
I'm about to take off a good 15 years of my life with this burger.
I can feel my arteries clogging right now.
I'll be back on later though, because I do have a fantasy draft, and we gonna still be drinking. This bottle may not make it through today. We don't know yet, but nigga, I'm feeling good. Feeling great. How are you?
This bottle might not make it. Shit.
Stay hydrated. That's a good thing, guys. Stay hydrated.
Got nothing.
Stay hydrated.
I appreciate y'all. Shit. I don't know though. Peace, nigga.
The things in my brain can't afford no therapy, so this ink, my therapist, gotta get it out before I drown. Will I ever see that girl in a gown change her surname? Let's get profound. At times I feel the disappointment seeping from the skin. That's why I choose the pen. turn to the drink to try to wash away how I think, how to change your mind. Cause that tunnel gets dark as that bottle gets lighter. Flick the big, light another hit, dabs away. Ain't no dance today. Tomorrow seems so far away. Eyes closed but no sleep, watch the waves peak. Trying